Doing the processing, it was ridiculous because the guy that was filling out my paperwork asked me, "Did you resist? Did you do that?" The only thing that he knew was that I was being charged at the time with a felony, and he was asking me for the rest of the details because he didn't even know what happened. He was asking, "Did you resist?" Blah blah blah.
They told me I was under arrest, and they said, okay, and they say, well, this one's misdemeanor, this one's misdemeanor, and they point at me and they say that one's felony, and I say, what? I'm in charge of the felony? You kidding me? And they say, yeah, and they didn't really answer any of my questions. But then I hear an officer talking about it with a fellow officer, and they said, yeah, we definitely got that one on writing because he was dancing and exciting the crowd. I was dancing to hip-hop music.
Like the people that were filling out the paperwork, on me they were told that it was a felony charge. On other people, they're like, so what is this person even being charged with? And they just said, give everyone a felony.
Completely arbitrary, like misdemeanor, like we're all doing the exact same thing. We're all sitting in a park, misdemeanor, felony, misdemeanor, felony.
I spoke with somebody who said he was sleeping at the park, and he woke up and he had a felony charge,
Yeah, I look over at the officer and I say, I'm being charged with a felony right now for dancing. And it wasn't like a it was just clarification for dancing. and the officer just stonewalls me and just says, I'm not fucking talking to you.
Really, in the city's view, if you look at what is appropriate political activity, as expressed by the mayor, the police chief, it's peaceful picketing with a permit at a time, place, and manner, selected, regulated, chosen by the city of St. Paul. Anything else becomes criminal behavior. They want to push it back to acceptable political activity as voting in an election, signing a petition, or applying for a permit to demonstrate at a designated and regulated point in time. I think what the popular movement's trying to do in this country is push back the other way and say that political space, the ability to project an effective message, one that can actually change society, isn't just signing a petition or voting every 4 years. It's about taking to the streets, sometimes in a boisterous or rowdy fashion. Where you want to negotiate that point is a battle really between the power of the state and the interests represented by the state and the power of the people and the interests represented by the people.
Civil disobedience is us doing the kinds of things that we do, like having a march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge when they tell us we can't. Because we've got Bull Connor and a bunch of racists trying to stop us. Civil disobedience is young people sitting down at a lunch counter, which African American college students sitting down at a lunch counter. It was illegal for them to be at that whites only lunch counter. That was illegal. That was civil disobedience. And civil disobedience was a certain woman sitting down on a bus where she wasn't supposed to sit and refusing to get up. That's civil disobedience. And that's the kind of stuff that brings change. Not this, and a movement that goes with it, not just those little actions individually, but in a movement that's built to go with it. Not, sitting down one-on-one writing to your congressman. What they want you to do is do all the kind of stuff that's one-on-one, that doesn't involve any collectivity, that doesn't involve any kinds of, making them uncomfortable or forcing their hand or anything like that. People that want to challenge this system that is out here killing people in these wars. We got the most criminal administration in the history of this country showed up in this town, and you weren't supposed to challenge them in any real way. You were supposed to just let things happen like, business as usual. I mean, that's bullshit. Look, business as usual, what they want to try to do is they want to try to narrow the scope of political discourse down to, you can vote for Tweedledum or Tweedledummer, or you can write a letter to the Tweedledummer you already sent there. That's the political discourse you get. You don't get anything else beyond that. And that's baloney. Because let me tell you something, that kind of political discourse never won anything. What these young people are saying, who are sitting on these roads and blocking these buses from going to that convention, what these young people are saying is, we're not going to let you meet in peace to plan your attacks on the world. We're not going to let you go in there and meet in peace and do business as usual, planning on your next war, keeping us in Iraq for 150 years and whatever. We're not going to let you plan your domestic assaults on people here. We're not going to let you upend this country and take everything away from us that's important to us. We're not going to let you do that. We're going to, interrupt your business as usual. This is a tactic. This is a way of taking on the system that is both fresh and new and years in the making. You know what I mean? This is something that people have done forever. And it is the only thing the only thing that makes change.